1.
Door Guys Podcast. This is Davis.
And Vinny.
And Andres.
It's Sean.
And today our very special guest, a guy that we wasted an hour of his life one time before by not recording, Gary Curtis.
I'd call it at least 3 hours.
Who's counting? I apologize. I've already apologized to you in person. Mm-hmm. I've apologized in like the next episode, but I'm going to apologize with you here on the episode that I want to apologize for screwing that up. I don't remember which time that was because I've screwed up 2 of them. And one of them was when Davis had set something up, and then I didn't know to check some settings.
Sure. Vinny, don't blame other people.
And then the other one was when we switched to the new. I think it was when we switched to this new software, and I didn't set it up to record off of here, so it only picked up me. Yeah, that's when it was, because Don said we put it out there, and they were like, "Oh, it sounds kind of off," and they're like, "Yeah, I can hear you really loud, Vinny, but I can't hear hardly what Gary's saying." And we figured out what that was, so that hasn't happened again. So I apologize. It is recording now. Everything is coming through, so we are set this time.
And I don't think I mentioned it, but Gary is a comedian because that's what we do here.
Sometimes.
So you were born, now you're here. What happened in between?
Wow, fuck.
I've came many times. It's really all that I remember. I don't really remember anything.
I don't get it.
I just know I'm coming and going. That's all. I've been coming and going for a long time.
Yeah, so last time, Gary, when we were here, you, and this was your first time here, was with Trevor Wallace.
My last time here was actually with Jackie Fabulous.
No, your first time.
Well, my first time was with Trevor Wallace.
First time was with Trevor Wallace, and that's when we had got you on there.
Oh, yeah,
And then you've been back here several times ever since then.
Yeah.
And tonight you were here with Greg Martin.
Yeah. Yeah, it was my first time meeting Greg, and he's fucking phenomenal. He's a real fucking entertainer. I don't know how he's not in Vegas.
Right?
I know, right?
He's fucking, he's Vegas money. Like, that's an easy fucking grab.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, and he was on America's Got Talent.
He should have won it. He is America's Got Talent.
He should have won it, but
definitely got more talent than most of America.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Not all.
And I think he was going to Vegas or something. He was going to do something in Vegas with them, but then he was on AGT right before COVID hit.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah.
And he did say he was going to be in Vegas in November. Shout out to Greg. I don't know what the extent of it is, but he did say he was going to be in Vegas in November. So
yeah, he said that.
Go see Greg in Vegas in November. Yeah. It'll be fucking worth it.
Definitely.
Hell, I might have to make a road trip to go see him. And I've seen him here, and I saw him in Denver. We happened to be in Denver right before the pandemic, and it was actually that week when shit shut down. And I noticed that he happened to be at the Improv there, and we're like, oh shit, let's go see Greg. And so we went and saw him there, and I was like, hey, how's it going? And so. Yeah, everywhere he goes, he puts on a phenomenal show. And Colleen said tonight, she said it every night, but every night he's here, but she said again tonight, he's got the best closer in the business.
Yeah, that's what she told me. She also told me to tone it down on my sexual shit.
I heard that she said that too.
She said, he has an America's Got Talent crowd, so maybe a little less of the sex stuff.
I was in and out because I was counting the room and stuff after we seat, so a lot of times I don't get to see the MC or the host, so I only got to see a little bit, but I was walking out of the room and heard you telling a joke. I think the punchline was something about a guy who tripped over a dick like an umbrella. That was great. I loved it.
The crazy part was it was his own dick. That was the crazy part. Yeah. What a blessing and a curse, you know? A gift and a curse.
Are you originally from Omaha?
No. Fuck no. No disrespect to Omaha. Much love to Omaha.
No disrespect it. I'm trying to get out of here.
I'm from Jersey originally. You know?
Okay.
Jersey, born and raised, dirty Jers. That's man. I feel like I'm Jersey through and through. And I lived in like the hood of Jersey and then also lived down like near the shore of Jersey. It was weird. Like my high school, I went to 2 different high schools, right? And the first one was like all black and all boys, which like I got sent to because I was too crazy with girls in like middle school.
Damn.
And then my second high school was like a private school that was like all white. It was like me and 1.5 other black dudes, and legit 1.5. And like probably now he's probably a quarter. He was like getting whiter as he had vitiligo. I don't know if it's like a, but
That man's name was Michael Jackson.
He ended up pretty white.
yeah, he might be all white now. It's, but yeah, so it was crazy. I just like experienced the full spectrum of the diversity of New Jersey. It's fucking wild. But I mean, I love it. I feel like it made me the person I am today, where I could fucking like, you know what I mean, go to a hood room and fucking tell, you know what I mean, jokes to the hood, and then I could come to the Funny Bone in Omaha and talk to 100 white people before they storm the Capitol.
What type of crowd do you like best, though? Do you have a favorite?
There's no crowd better than a black crowd.
Yeah.
Like, that's on your side. If they're not on your side, they're the worst crowd ever. There's no meaner crowd in the world. Because like a white crowd will not like you and be very polite about it. And will still give you the golf clap and he's trying. A black crowd will, boo, get your bitch ass off the stage. We don't fucking like you here. I legit was doing a show. One of the times I was opening for Eddie Griffin, and somebody, I was saying, this was like about a year ago when I had just moved to Omaha, and I was like telling a joke about how I had just moved here, and it was just one dude who was an asshole though, and he was like, "You ain't welcome here," and I was like, "Wow." Who the fuck are? How old are you? What is this? What are you talking about right now?
You aren't welcome here.
You aren't welcome here. I was like, what
because you
playground
fucking
is
moved
this?
here.
Yeah, I don't know. I was probably too light skinned for him. You wouldn't understand. It's like,
Vinny, were you here the night Eddie Griffin missed the first show?
Yes, I feel like I was, because
And
then we
the-
had to
and-
keep having the guys in front of him stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he came in for the second show and went like 3 hours.
Yes, that was a very long night.
time out. Wait, what did y'all do for the first show?
That's a good question.
Was there just no headliner?
I think he end
No,
up making,
he-
no. Oh yeah, he didn't.
He never showed.
No,
for the
there
first
was
show.
no headliner.
Were
It was
people,
just his
were
guys
people
that
angry? Were they like the
I
crowd
could
that came
imagine.
here to see him that paid a lot of money to see him?
Yeah, didn't they like? I don't think they gave refunds, but they did. Did they give like comp tickets or something?
Yeah, they did something, but you know, the people that got pissed were the people for the 3 hour show. Like I was standing out,
That's
I was
hilarious.
Yeah.
The people that saw him for double the time
Are the men
were
the
more
most
pissed than the people that saw him for none of the time.
yeah.
I was standing out there waiting for people to come out. You know, I thought the show was going to end, but it was like an hour and a half later, and people were walking out and going, "Man, that's too much comedy."
This is way too much Eddie Griffin. I ain't paying for all that shit. I paid for 60 minutes of Eddie Griffin.
I don't want that extra time.
How the fuck dare you force 90 extra minutes of Eddie Griffin on me?
It was right on their tab underneath gratuity. That extra hour and a half.
Hilarious.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in his rider, he gets a new pair of Jordans every place he goes.
Oh, they were
Yeah,
and
every-
ones.
And ones?
in
and ones.
every show.
Every show.
Oh, every show.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's even better.
So
But
he'd
that-
get a new pair, unbox it, put them on, wear them at the
So
stage.
did he get them for the first show, even though he didn't show up?
That's wild as fuck. Y'all bought
Colin
him
had a-
4 pair of and ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, I can't wait to put dumb shit
I
in
know,
my
right?
rider. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And they were like all white too. If I remember, I think
Yeah.
they had to be the all white ones.
So the last time we worked with him, or last time I worked with him, that was in his rider, but we only got him 1 pair for the whole weekend.
Yeah. After that was the first time we got one for every show, because I remember walking to the green room, I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
And then the next one, Colleen's like, I'll buy you one for the whole week, and that's it.
That's crazy.
That's so dumb. But I'm doing it. Yeah. I'm getting a new pair of sneakers every weekend. I guess after I get my sitcom.
Yeah,
I mean,
There's levels to the shit. I understand.
you can't just ask for that now.
I'm sure Vinny has seen a lot of crazy stuff, but you know, we get TJ Miller that comes through every once in a while, and he has a piñata in his rider. I mean, he had a piñata back there one time when he came through.
Did he hit it on stage or was it
No,
just?
No.
he wanted it in the green room.
Yeah.
He stuck his dick in a pinata. He for sure stuck his dick in a pinata.
Well, Colleen bought him that pinata, and she stuffed it with lube and airplane bottles of liquor.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure he drank the liquor and then
And then
used the
fucked the
lube.
pinata.
Holy shit. People are weird.
Yeah. Well, and
I got to get weirder. I think that's my
too.
problem. That's why I haven't made it. I'm not weird enough. I need to pick up some real weird shit or something. Like I need
Just
somebody
to
to tickle
see-
my feet before I go on stage.
yeah. Just to see if they'll do it.
Yeah.
Because that's like half the shit that we see sometimes is crazy like that is just so they'll do it. Didn't you have a story about there was something in somebody's rider, or maybe it was Jen Muller?
I don't know, but I do know Ralphie May, rest in peace. He had a bunch of like celery and water and all kinds of healthy shit. And when he left, nobody fucking ate any of that shit.
Well, there was someone.
That's so fucked up.
They did it. They just left. It was just all this water and fruit and stuff. And
yeah, usually we get that shit.
That's hilarious.
yes, we did. And I don't know if he just had it in there because somebody was like, "Hey, man, you need to get healthy." And so, like,
Maybe he didn't write it. Maybe somebody wrote it for him.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't want this shit."
We need more. I mean, I don't. But
You were talking before we started this about working with Eddie Griffin. Did he get new shoes on that show?
Nah, he didn't get new shoes. It was wild. It was my first time. I would say maybe at that time, I would say he was probably the first person that I worked with that like I grew up watching.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
You know, so it was like, holy shit, it's Eddie Griffin. But I was just like, you know, I'm fucking working. You
Right,
know, so
right,
it's
right.
like, and I'm good enough to separate the two.
Sure.
And so, like, you know, he got there maybe like right before I was about to go on stage. So we didn't get to talk much before. He was just like, hey, nice to meet you. Go do your thing. And so I went up on stage and I tell my jokes. And at that time, I ended my set with like a, you know, pro LGBTQ joke, like, you know, good for them. And, or, you know, like shout out to the LGBTQIA and, you know, something else. And then I had it was like, you know, right after COVID and shit. So I had a joke about the vaccine and, but like people not wanting how people should get the fucking vaccine.
Yeah.
And the first thing he gets up, we have 4 shows that weekend, and he gets up on stage after me, after the first show, and goes, literally the first words out of his mouth, I'll never forget, were, I don't agree with shit that half a nigga said. I was like, yo, this is about to be the longest weekend of my life. I
No
was
shit.
like, what the fuck do I do? But then, like, so he does it, and then, like, the next thing, he was like, yeah, I got another word for him at the LGBTQ, faggots. And I was like, and I'm in the back like, yo, what the fuck is happening right now? And, you know, and the audience is like,
Oh, for sure.
and I was like, oh, shit, what happened? I thought they were all on my side. And then after the show, I'm like back there, you know, right as he's coming off the stage, and he is like, hey, that was a great setup. Thanks. I was like, you're a fucking psycho. But that was maybe the first time that I was like, okay, some people really separate this shit between like stand-up comedy and saying some shit you really mean and entertainment.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was there to fucking entertain a crowd, and he entertained the shit out of that crowd. I was there to just get some shit off my heart, express my opinions and beliefs,
and entertain a little bit.
I entertained a little bit, and yeah, he entertained the shit out of his crowd, and I was like, okay, lesson learned. That was like it was cool. I mean, like, I really thought, I was like, oh, are we not about to get along this whole weekend? Is he looking at me like, this is really just a half a nigga that's like I'm working with all week? But he was like, he was cool as fuck about it. It was just like, you know what I mean? That was entertainment. That was a great setup. Like your shit, our comedy worked together because it's not the same. Is basically what it came to. And I was just like, oh wow, that was a lesson that I wasn't expecting to get. And so I mean, I'll never forget that weekend.
And I'm sure that made it that much cooler to know that, you know, your set that you did and you know what you had planned out there worked. You know, he was able to play off it so well and work off of it and entertain the hell out of that crowd, because, you know, if it's somebody else up there telling different jokes, it's not the same show. It's not the same, you know, punches that they had.
Except it didn't work tonight because Mom scolded him.
Mom did scold me. I don't know exactly which jokes she was talking about. And, you know, it's crazy because, like, I don't even view my, like, yes, I say dick. And, yes, but, like, I don't feel like I have a vulgar set.
Yeah.
You know? So
I wouldn't say that. Yeah.
And so I feel like it's hard for me when somebody's like, I don't know. Unless somebody's like, just do a clean show. Then I'm like, okay, I get that.
Right.
But it's hard for me to be like, well, don't be raunchy. Well, I'm like, well, then what show
mean?
Is raunchy? What joke is raunchy? You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't. We all adults.
Right.
This is Nebraska. Everybody here got kids. Everybody fucking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody got kids. I mean, everybody's fucking done it at least once. You know, it's like, yeah. So it's hard. It's hard for me to draw that line. Unless somebody says do a clean show, and I'm like, well, okay, how clean? And then, you know, but I get it. I feel like Greg, like we were talking about, is fucking great. America's Got Talent. I feel like I would struggle on America's Got Talent. So I also get it when it.
Right.
Sure.
Okay, but I don't want to perform on America's Got Talent. So
Right. You're not gonna put yourself in that situation.
yeah, it's weird. But America's Got Talent, if you're listening, I will.
You'll figure it out.
I will give you a hot 3 for at least 2 rounds and get me booked on some more clubs, please.
I feel like stand-ups kind of get a short end. I know that a few have gone far, but like Greg's does stand-up, but like you said, he's an entertainer. He's got the voices and everything along with it. When you're on that show and you got, you know, what there was like a deaf kid juggling or some shit.
Yeah, playing, writing songs and playing piano and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I saw that kid on there, and I was like, "Oh, Greg, I'm sorry."
Is that who he lost to?
Yeah, that's the guy that ended up winning it.
Well, was it a deaf kid?
Yeah, well, it was like blind. I think he was blind, but he played piano and he sang songs and stuff like that, and he had a good voice or whatever. But
Word. I mean, like, I'm not hating, but is that really that hard? I mean, you're blind. It's
I
not
know.
like, but people are
But
just,
it's a
people are
popularity
so
contest.
fucking scammed. People are so easily scammed.
Have you ever heard of Beethoven, everyone? He was fucking deaf.
Which is way more impressive.
yeah, right. This guy could.
Germany's Got Talent would fucking crush us.
Getting historical.
That's right.
I was like, as soon as I said, I was like, fuck, was he in Germany? I really hope it was Germany.
That sounds right to me.
Nobody, none of us know.
I'm doubling down. Germany.
Yeah, fuck it.
I was like, should I start naming some other countries real fast, just in case? Albania's Got Talent.
Now I know that one's wrong.
At least we didn't bring up Ukraine's Got Talent.
Oh, fuck. You're like the cancer lady tonight.
I know, right? He is.
God, that was so... I was
So-
sitting in the back, and I was like, what the fuck?
So earlier in the show, this lady had.
Was it the same one that was
It was
shot?
the same one.
Same one.
Oh.
She got all excited, and Davis went over, and she was talking out during Greg's. She was quiet during your set, right?
Well, because I told her in the first 2 minutes, I told her, shut the fuck up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I said, look, this isn't happening all show. Stop it. And she stopped.
Until Greg got hit the stage.
Yeah.
And then what'd you go over and say to her?
Well, she yelled out a few times, and then I kind of stood over in the corner to see, and then the next time she did it, I walked over, and my impression when I went over there, she wasn't drunk. She was just super excited to see Greg. Now, I think she was probably a little, after the show went on, that she was tipsy and maybe got drunk, but she was just super excited, and I was like, hey, I wasn't mean. Sometimes I'm mean, but I was like, hey, you got to be quiet. And she looked, she's like, okay, I know. And then turned around, and then I don't feel like she talked a lot.
No,
but I was
she
in it.
was
Like
good.
I said, I was in and out of the fucking room.
She spoke up one other time when Greg set something up, and then she's like, what? And then he's like, yeah, I know. That Tourette's is a bitch, isn't it? And then yeah. And then he did whatever he was doing. And then it was at the very end, and I don't even know what the fuck do you know what he said? Like, he said something about, maybe he was talking about Vegas.
Yeah, and he said something about Vegas, and then she yelled again, and he was like, look, you got to stop. And she was like, my son has cancer.
What the
and everybody
fuck?
was like,
Yeah,
but the best part was when she was like, my son has cancer, and somebody over here went, boo. I was like, that man is a monster.
so crazy.
But he's also a legend. And then she continues to tell
then
like
I
how
kept
he was
walking
going
around.
through chemo, and this is the first time.
During
that
the show, this was.
Oh, this,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I was out doing
so
trash.
She
Greg was
announced
on stage.
all of this
What
during
the
Greg's,
fuck?
and so Greg was like, "Ma'am," and then she's like, "Yeah, he's has cancer and he's going through chemo, and this is the first time that he's felt better, and so like we're just out trying to have a good time." And Greg is such a nice.
Absolutely.
But the funniest part was he did get one off.
Say, did you hear
He
it?
did get
He
one
did?
off. 'Cause
Yeah.
She was like, this is the first time he felt better, and Greg said, "Yeah, because he's away from you."
Because I was behind her at this point, because I was coming around, because I was about to tell her to, hey, you need to get going. But then, yeah, he continued with her.
Yeah, but then at this point, then she continues, and it's like, this is the first time he's felt better, and it's been a long journey, and we just don't know, and the life is just being drained out of this fucking room at this point, and then but Greg's a nice dude and is just listening at this point, and it's like, yeah, he went over, took off his, hugged her,
Took his jacket
find me after the show, and I was just like, wow, way to ruin everybody's night.
But even when he
Everybody
gets done,
had been drinking, having such a good time, and then she brought up cancer. I mean, ugh.
and then Greg goes, well, good luck getting the show back now.
Yeah.
And he did, of course, because he's fucking great. I wouldn't have got it. I would have gave it. I would have told a dick joke and left. And it would have been like, well, it's her fault, not mine.
Yeah. Not how I was going to end this shit.
But he fucking got it back, and he did it, man. Kudos to Greg. Yeah.
She also, I think, talked to him for legit almost 20 minutes out there.
Jeez.
Where Colleen came and like broke it up. Like Colleen was like right beside me and mentioned it a couple times. I could tell she wanted me to go break it up, but I was like, so I guess I'll tell the world. But there's Colleen will go like this on her ear.
Don't give her a signal away.
If she's in a conversation, then we'll go and get her out of there. And so I was like, I didn't see the ear thing.
That's so funny.
So she went and broke it up and told that lady there was more pictures to be taken. But I've never been sitting around and had something terrible happen to me and be like, you know what? I'm going to go to the fucking movie theater. I'm going to stand up and let everybody know what the fuck just happened today.
Or play at the Orpheum or the fucking Rose.
Yeah, or a comedy show.
Or, yeah.
I think it might be my new way to vent. I don't know. I think that's my new thing. Go to fucking large public places where people are having a great time and announce the saddest shit. I'm not going to be the only one sad.
It's got a DUI today.
Feel my fucking pain.
Attention, Old Navy shoppers.
It's like, Jesus, lady, have you heard of chat rooms on the internet? You can talk to all kinds of
Get a
people. About it.
therapist. Greg is not your fucking therapist.
Oh, man.
She saw him on TV one time.
Yeah, and now she knows him, right?
So funny.
And then as we were cleaning up, I was telling you about this in the elevator. The craziest thing that we've never seen this happen before. So I'm going around cleaning up the showroom, and I looked down under her table, and I saw something, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I said, "Amber, is that what I think it is?" And she looks and she goes, "That's a fucking sock." Somebody took off their fucking sock, and there was one sock under the table.
No shoes.
Just no shoes. What? And it was rolled up like, when you take your sock down from the top and you leave it kind of rolled up. Yeah, or like they used their one foot and pushed it down and left it. I was like, what, did they jerk off in the sock and leave it under the table?
Yeah, it just wasn't hard yet, so you didn't know.
Sorry, guys. That's my fault.
You motherfucker.
Wait, whose table was it?
It was Amber's table right back here in the middle.
Second row back.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
And then, and so then I was
Let's go look their names up after this.
I was like, I'm trying to remember. I wish I knew. I could remember the face.
I don't
'cause
remember what
I'm sure if I knew the face, I could tell you exactly what happened.
So Amber picked it up and she threw it away. And I was like, that's
Oh, that
she
shit
goes,
could have had athlete's foot on it.
well, she was wearing gloves.
Athlete's foot is the least of your worries in that situation.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, I've never seen just one random balled up sock under a fucking table before.
Yeah, that's
strange.
disgusting.
Yeah.
There's weird shit that happens here all the time. We found a lot of weird shit, but yeah. Sock is a new one.
What's the weirdest thing you found?
Oh, shit.
I
is
got
the-
one.
You
I got
go
one.
first. I'm
So
trying to think.
I didn't find it, but I was talking. I don't know the waitress's name, but she's one of the newer girls, and she was telling me she got 3 condoms for a tip.
Someone left her 3 condoms?
3 condoms
I
for
feel
a
like
tip.
they were hitting on her, maybe.
No, they just it said something. Be safe. Here
Maybe-
you go.
Look, I got
No money. Condoms.
I got a 1.5-year-old right now, and I tell you what, those 3 condoms could be saving her a shit ton of money. I pay $1,000 every month for daycare, so those 3 condoms are a great fucking tip.
Gary's a glass half full guy.
Yeah, right?
There's always a bright side.
That's right.
It's the only way I make it through life.
There's been a lot of panties found in the women's bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't know if they shit them or piss them or whatever happens.
Are they trying to get lucky after the show?
That could be.
Yeah.
That
Just
could be.
removing barriers to entry.
There was the one time we had those people over here that left the mushrooms all over the table.
I was just going to say that.
Mushrooms. Like
Yeah.
Trippy
like,
mushrooms.
yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's another great tip. You guys get some good tips out here.
Yeah,
I might start working at the Funny Bone.
but the dude that was at that table, because they got kicked out during the show, is the Untamed Shrews. And the dude that was there, you would not want to buy mushrooms from this dirty motherfucker.
No, I think that's the guy you do want to buy
I was
mushrooms.
about to say, I don't think anybody clean sells shrooms.
He looked rough.
Makes sense.
I mean, I get it. The guy you're buying mushrooms from has a certain look, but he looked like he was 5 steps past that dude.
Yeah.
So did this dude look like a dude that rhymes with is? Chris?
I thought he was. I thought
No,
he was
no,
talking
no,
about.
no.
I thought he was asking if he looked like piss, and I was like, did
No.
he look like piss? Because I would not want to buy.
No,
Kind of. He looked like a warm glass of piss
I'm
with blue
not
hair.
going to say the last name, but Chris.
Yeah, he had fucking blue, strangey fucking hair.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a woman here with blue hair tonight that was sexy.
Oh, yeah. I love
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
girls
No, I
with
saw
love
her.
when
I saw her.
women, like when women do different color shit. I don't that like weird color shit. I don't know why. I love that. And you know what might sound? I don't know. Where are my Silver Fox fans? Are we any of you like?
I mean, I am a silver fox.
Yeah, right?
so-
Yeah, ditto.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. Maybe more of a stormy gray. Is what I'm going. I like a stormy gray on
Like
a
a
woman.
platinum?
A platinum.
Yeah.
I love a woman who just commits to the straight gray. Platinum is maybe
yeah.
a better term. Yeah. I just
You mean your mom?
first of all, my mom's black. She still has black hair. Okay. Whether or not it's hers is another story. But her hair will be black to the day she dies. I don't know if you know that about black women, but they don't age ever.
What?
They hit 40 and they stay the same fucking age. Black women are 40 for the rest of their lives after they turn 40.
And they look it, too.
That's it.
Yeah, my daughter had a figure skating coach that kind of had that platinum hair, and so I was harassing her. And I was like, why are you trying to make your hair gray? It's going to get there soon enough. And she said, it's not gray, it's platinum. I was like, all right, fair enough.
Vinny was like, why are you trying to stop going to figure skating lessons? We need to sign up for more figure skating. You will never stop figure skating.
We need more with this coach.
Hilarious.
I'm not into the platinum.
It's not bad, but I like the red or the blue or the.
I think it's because y'all are a little older, and so
That could be.
Yeah, y'all are a little
That's
older,
very
and
true.
y'all are like, these are my peers.
That's right. No, that is right. That's correct.
I feel like it's still like the MILF thing for me.
Yeah.
It's still the older woman.
I'm only like maybe a year into pandemic into not dyeing my hair because I was like man, I act like I'm 12 years old. But I'm like 40 years old, and I didn't want to have gray hair. And then my wife was finally like, dude, just fucking let it be gray. It's awesome. It's hot. My wife's younger
take your
than
hat off. Let me see how gray it is. Oh, it's gray.
pretty gray.
I wasn't expecting that much gray.
See, I try to hide it.
You are. Some might call you a silver fox. Dude, you're a well-fed silver fox.
It's more like a wolf.
Yeah. And I'm way older than them.
Yeah. Well, look at you with your good hair.
I know, right?
Still brown.
Well, it's all
whatever.
gray in the beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all that.
That's why I like to get my hair cut short. When it's cut short, you can't tell how fucking gray it is.
Your fucking face is covered in gray hair, Vinny. What are you talking about?
I know. I know. Believe me. Every episode of this fucking podcast, I see myself like, fuck, it's getting whiter and whiter. I keep hiding behind the mic.
Hilarious.
My tits keep getting bigger. It looks
Yeah.
like in the fucking.
I thought you were talking about your tits. You're probably covered in gray hair, too. Now that's crazy. Don't like the gray hair on the tits. I'll say that much.
So you're saying I should shave that shit off?
Yeah, not a fan of that.
My chest hair is only black and it grows in the symbol of a bat. Really? No, it does. I swear. I swear. To
I
God.
would tell myself the same thing if I had that problem.
Hey, prove it, Batman.
All right, I'll do it.
He's doing it.
Oh shit!
Oh,
He is
yeah.
doing
If
it.
you're listening on
Don't look
audio,
at my stuff.
Go to YouTube.
if you're listening on the audio,
no,
first of all, let me
no.
describe what I'm seeing. Okay, first of all, we
man's body.
didn't ask him to, but he volunteered to show his Batman chest hair.
Like it? Bad.
Then what happened was, instead of just pulling up his shirt to show us his chest hair, he took the entire shirt off to reveal his entire upper body.
My tits
And
are-
what I can only describe as an Arby's roast beef sandwich of chest hair in the middle of his chest. There is no fucking bat symbol.
It is.
No,
Remember what you said earlier?
no, I don't.
No,
What did
about you tell yourself the same thing?
I would tell myself, yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I mean, I fucking love the positivity.
Thanks, man.
Affirmations and shit. I believe in all of that shit.
Well, and so if you watched the previous episode with Greg Morton, and then now you've watched this one, then you've now, because we talked earlier about how Greg Morton has the tiniest nipples, and Davis does as well. Now you got to see him.
Damn, that's crazy because I feel like I got tiny nipples too. But sometimes they big. You know what I mean? Y'all nipples don't be transforming. Like,
Mine are the size of dimes most all the time.
oh, nah. So I guess when I'm cold, they real small. But like
When you're cold.
sometimes.
Like, your nipples don't get hard when you get cold?
What the hell, Sean?
What kind of weird nipples you got?
Your
What
nipples
are
just.
nipples?
That's what I was gonna say.
Anybody got a third nipple? Just me.
Well,
See,
got a
like
third
I think I got a third nipple, but it's like one of those. I saw this on Howard Stern one time, right? Every bad story, right?
It's either really good or really bad.
But it was like the person on Howard Stern was like, I got a third nipple. And I feel like it's the same thing that I have. You're like, oh, that's not really a nipple, but there was one hair coming out of it. So you're like, maybe it's a nipple.
Yeah.
I will say this: for as far as Davis is, he's got small titties. I thought he'd be bigger.
oh, you weren't impressed with my tits.
I
think he
love
did
that the first thing he came out with. He's been here for like 40 minutes. And the first time he said something, he was like, really not impressed by your tits. I just want you to know that. Was hoping to be more aroused when you took your shirt off. Big disappointment.
That's why Vinny's sitting in between us there, bud. Fucking calm down over there.
Hilarious.
I think we're gonna have to cut that part out where I took my shirt.
No, we're not.
That was fucking gold. That's what's gonna get this podcast sponsorship.
Yeah.
We're not gonna need him to bring any more Jameson.
Episode 67 is where we got our sponsors because David took his shirt off.
Fucking Don Julio next episode, baby.
You take your shirt off the next time, I'm going to say, get that motherfucker a liquid death.
Whatever we need to do to get the sponsors.
Yep.
I'm going home and shaving the bat into my chest. It fucking didn't happen.
There you go. Really fucking surprise him next time. Like, be prepared with the bat, and people are gonna be like, "Oh shit." Honestly, if you would have revealed a bat, I would have lost my shit. A perfectly carved bat in your chest, I would have fucking walked away.
I can't fucking.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.
I think. Did I see something in the last couple of weeks that you were on a TV show recently, or that you were?
Oh yeah. I'm TV's
Yeah.
Gary Curtis. You guys should address me and introduce me as such.
I apologize.
We can go back and edit that. It's fine. TV's Gary Curtis.
TV's Gary Curtis. I've been in one episode of SWAT.
That's what it was.
I was on SWAT, and it's crazy. I was in fucking LA for 7.5 years. I was in LA for 7.5 years. I moved to Nebraska. I booked nothing on TV. I had multiple agents, managers. I want to say hundreds of auditions, but I'll say at least 100 plus auditions.
Damn.
Never booked a thing. Moved here, pandemic. You get to self-tape at home. Everybody's doing self-tapes now. You do self-tapes, you send them in. I'm lying and saying that I'm based in Los Angeles because now they have all these extra expenses related to COVID, so they don't want to fucking fly anybody in. So I'm filming self-tapes here. My girl's helping me. She's reading lines, very bad acting. And but she's great. She's fucking there. She's there. She fucking did every audition with me. And I fucking end up booking 2 auditions in Nebraska. But I have to say that I'm based in Los Angeles. So I book these. I have to go back, shoot in Los Angeles. Like I have to figure out when I have to shoot, fly there, fucking shoot, fly back. And so, yeah, I booked 2 roles. And it's crazy. After 7 years of nothing, moved to Nebraska. I booked something in November for iCarly. Shot iCarly in November.
The new one they're coming out with?
This is the reboot.
Yeah.
The second
Nice.
season of the reboot is now streaming. Go streaming. I'm in episode 2 of season 2. That's out now on
Nice.
Paramount Plus. And then in February, maybe, I think it was February, I booked an episode of SWAT. And it's super fucking dope. If you watch episode 516, it's easy to remember because it's also my birthday, May 16th.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I knew I was gonna fucking book it. I was like, this is episode 516. This is my
I
fucking
gotta get
birthday.
this one.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, like,
Oh,
This
yeah.
is my fucking
it was
episode.
it was super special for them because it's the 100th episode of SWAT.
Oh.
It was the 100th episode of SWAT. We had this big celebration while I was there. And
Did you meet Shamar Moore?
I met, if you watch,
Is he
if you watch,
handsome in real life?
he's fucking handsome. The thing that really gets you is his voice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's got a
Yeah,
fucking voice.
He's so sexy.
His voice is his voice. You think he's sexy until you hear him talk behind you in your ear, and you're like, "Stop it! I'll come right now." Like Shamar is handsome, but his voice is handsomer. And I mean, he was super cool though. But if you watch it, I'm literally the first 5 minutes of this SWAT episode.
Awesome.
I'm the first 5 minutes. Like, a lot of these.
Crackhead number 3? Or?
No. I'm fucking lead nitroglycerin theft guy. And for the first 5 minutes of the episode, this fucking SWAT team is chasing me. I'm fucking throwing exploding barrels after them.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm fucking, yeah. I'm getting off. I'm waving a gun, yelling at the SWAT team. I get up on a bridge. I fucking jump off a bridge. And then fucking Shamar Moore jumps out of a helicopter and fucking catches me.
What the fuck?
I'm a fucking action hero.
That's
Put some
awesome.
respect on my name.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Did you jump off the bridge like yourself,
Did
or
you
you
do
had
the
a stunt
stunts?
guy?
Yeah.
No. So here's, fucking Hollywood TV magic. But I was on the ledge of a bridge with a fucking helicopter flying in my face.
Oh shit.
So I was strapped into harnesses, standing on the ledge of a bridge in downtown LA, and then we faked the jump. But I fucking climbed up on the ledge of the bridge and was standing there with a helicopter flying in my face. And it was crazy because when I got there, they were like, maybe do you wanna rehearse? Because first we shot like the van scenes in front of a green screen where we're just inside the van and I'm saying my lines.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, maybe before you like climb up on the bridge that night in front of everybody, you want to like rehearse it? I was like, yeah, we should probably rehearse it.
Good idea. Good idea.
So then they like, I go like the night before, they strap me in the harness. I climb up on the ledge of the bridge and they're like, all right, cool. How you feeling? You feeling good? I'm like, cool. Yeah, I get this. I feel safe. This is cool. It's just me, the guys from the stunt team, strapped in on the harness, ledge of the bridge. I'm like, cool. I get it. I feel safe. I'm not going anywhere. The next night, they're like, all right, cool. You're going to climb on the ledge of the bridge, but there's going to be a helicopter flying in front of your face, so you're going to feel some winds coming at you. And I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever stood in front of a fucking helicopter.
No.
It's some strong-ass winds coming at you. You got to think, wind's strong enough to hold a fucking helicopter.
Yeah.
And so I was fighting for my life standing on that bridge, and I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. But it was like so dope because it only added to the experience. And then, you know, we did the jump in the fall, like in a studio, or we did the jump on the bridge, but it was, you know, just a shot, and I wasn't legit jumping off the bridge. But I mean, I did 99% of the stunts are like what you'll see when you watch the episode is 90% me, I'll say.
Cool. Fuck yeah.
Literally,
That's awesome.
except the end when like you see a guy, like the helicopter legit pulling two guys up.
Yeah.
That's our stunt doubles. That isn't us. Like the helicopter's legit pulling guys up and then placing them on the bridge from like the ground. That's not us. But like we were fucking tied to cables and falling from the ceiling, and Shamar was catching me.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it's funny because Shamar Moore is scared of heights. That's the funniest part. It's fucking like badass, handsome dude. He's like, nah, I need a minute to adjust to this shit.
Did you console him?
Everybody slow the fuck down right now.
You'd be like, I got you, Shamar. I got you.
Yeah, but nah, he had to catch me. So it was like, nah, Shamar, you better fucking have me. If you don't catch me, nobody will, Shamar. I need you to be a little more comfortable with the heights right now.
Yeah, right? Don't freak out.
But he was cool. He was super cool. Yeah, I mean, we joked around. He wasn't a dick at all. Like, I've been fortunate enough. I've worked on 2 shows. I've been fortunate enough to not work with any dickheads, you know, so far in the industry. I don't think anybody I've worked for or worked with has been a dickhead so far. So, you know what I mean? It's been smooth sailing. Hopefully, if it continues to go that way, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can stay in Omaha. It's your lucky charm.
Listen. I'll stay in Omaha until I make enough that I don't have to stay in Omaha.
Well, hey, fair enough.
But I mean, shit, we gonna buy a house here, you know, have an Omaha house and this.
There you go.
You know, like Dave Chappelle got the fucking summer camp in Ohio.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll get the shit. I'll have a fucking summer camp in Omaha. We really get this shit popping, you know?
We have a guy who's in tons of stuff, Hollywood-wise, here in town, John Beasley. Have you ever heard of him?
No, but is he gonna fucking book me? I
don't know. Check him out.
John Beasley.
John Beasley.
I will. Is he hiring? That's.
I mean, this guy is in every major motion picture.
He was in the movie with The Rock,
Walking Tall?
Walking Tall. Yeah.
Walking Tall. John Beasley. Oh, the black dude.
Yeah. And he was big into the theater. That
He was
used to
in
be
Rudy,
South
I
Omaha.
think. Was
Yeah.
he the
Rudy.
groundskeeper in
Yeah.
Rudy?
Dude,
No,
he's
no, he
in
wasn't.
everything.
No, that's not
he
him.
looked like
Time
him.
out. What? Yeah, he's been in so much shit. I know this
Different
dude.
black guy Davis.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, that's crazy. He's local here?
Yeah, he actually comes into shows every once in a while.
Yes, he does.
He
That's
hasn't been
fucking
for a
crazy.
while.
I'm fucking reaching out to him.
Yeah.
You should,
Do
for
it.
sure.
He used to do a theater.
He's
like
a
that in South
pianist,
Omaha.
composer, and arranger.
Yep.
Why is he so? I'm not talented to talk to. I'm not talented enough to talk to these people.
You've been in iCarly, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm confused because one thing said he was 61. Oh, the pianist John Beasley is 61. That's a white man, but the black man who's the actor is 78. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds right.
I'm gonna fucking reach out to him because he looks like he could be my uncle or grandfather.
Yeah, I can see that.
So does Greg Morton. All of the Yo, that's so crazy. Okay, cool. Guys, thanks for that. And
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll update you next time I'm here on what happened when I talk
Yeah,
to
for sure. That's awesome. That that sounds like it's a hell of a experience. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. So when you were up there on the bridge and you had the helicopter in place, were you having to say lines with that wind there, or were those lines recorded elsewhere? Because how the fuck would you do that?
Listen to this bullshit, okay? So, yes, I'm yelling lines while I'm on the bridge. I'm yelling lines with a gun pointed at everybody. But while the helicopter is there, like you said, you can't hear anything, right?
Yeah.
And so at this point, this is going to sound fucking dumb because this is Nebraska and it gets to fucking negative 20 degrees because this is white hell. But it was 40 degrees. We're shooting this. It has to be a night scene, obviously, because this is LA. We're shooting at night. And so at this point, we didn't shoot this shit. We're shooting on the bridge at like midnight, 1 in the morning.
Jeez.
It's 40 degrees. But 40 degrees in LA next to the ocean is different than 40 degrees
Definitely.
in Omaha.
Definitely.
And so it was fucking cold,
I'm sure.
right? And so it's already cold, but like we're shooting shit. We have our van parked in the van. And so in between like takes, we could hop in the van, warm up. We got the fucking heat just blasting in the van. But then they're like, all right, since we couldn't hear your lines while you're standing on the bridge with the helicopter or while you're pointing the gun with the helicopter, we have to put these fans on you. And when I say they bring the 2 largest fans you've ever fucking seen to replicate the helicopter like winds and noise, but obviously without the same volume as like helicopter noise.
Right.
They have 2 large, cold ass fans just blowing on me while I'm yelling my lines in 40 degrees. So it felt like it was 20 degrees. I was fucking freezing, but it I'm sure added to the experience and the acting, and you know, it was cool. It was just like, yo, it's crazy what you have to do to like make all of this shit make sense.
Yeah.
in a TV show, you know. And
That shrank your nipples a little bit.
my nipples were the smallest they've ever been.
I'm sure that wasn't the only thing shrinking that fucking night.
It was crazy. But I had fucking great. You guys gotta watch it. I'm glad,
yeah.
Oh, for
I'm glad
sure.
you're all such big fans and have watched already. So
I saw you posted on Instagram.
I did too, and I was like, it's not for me. No.
nah, dude. You watch SWAT is dope, yo.
I like
You
the
watch
show.
it.
I
It's
watch it all the time.
It's like, don't lie to me. It's like,
I'm dead serious.
I'm not Shamar Moore. It's not my show.
That's why he watches it for Shamar.
Can I pretend you're smart?
He did hug and put his face on mine.
That make your
But
girl
I mean,
jealous?
it's fun. It's fun. Not my girl, but my aunt's insanely. My girl's aunt, insanely jealous. She licked my face after that weekend. I wish I was joking.
So my wife would like that too, as well. She loves Shamar Moore.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not? He's a lovable guy,
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
So is acting where you want to direct things to, send things to, do more acting stuff, or you want to do stand-up, or you want to try and do both, or do it all, or?
I mean, I want to do it all. I wouldn't say I want to direct it there. I want to fucking do it all. I want to act enough that I don't have to work a fucking 9 to 5. I have a regular job. You know what I mean? I have a day job. I want my day job to be acting. I don't want it to be fucking what I do now.
Anything.
I mean, not that it's the worst job right now, but I don't want to, yeah. I want my day job to be acting, my night job to be fucking stand-up comedy when I choose it to be.
Right.
You know? I don't want to have to do anything else other than entertain people, make sure people are having a good time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's what I feel like I was put here to do. You know? Fucking make people laugh, help people have a good time, and, you know, fucking help people have a good life. You know?
Yep.
That's it.
So how did you end up here in Omaha, being Jersey and obviously living in LA for a while? What got you here?
So we were the answer to 99% of things is pussy.
Right.
Why are you driving a Subaru Crosstrek? Pussy. Yeah, me and my lady had a baby in LA, and LA was expensive as fuck, and it was during the pandemic, and we're paying an insane amount for rent to live in LA. We can't do anything here. We don't have any family here to help. This is a bad decision. This is a very poor life choice at this moment right now. And so we were like, let's fucking, go save some money. And, you know what I mean? Maybe we could buy a house out here. But, like, right now, I mean, the LA fucking real estate market is stupid. And we didn't have any family out there. And, like, as you guys know, you have a fucking kid. You need other people to raise your kid.
Oh, yeah.
You can't raise your kid by yourself.
Fuck no.
What type of insane person? You do think you can raise your kid by yourself, and then you have a kid and you're like, no. I need a staff. And so we moved here for a staff, and her family helps a fucking great deal. Her family's, amazing and help out all the time. She's got a ton of them. And so it's been a huge relief and has allowed us to have a few nights of fun. It's not even like it's all the time, but those few nights you get are
they count, man.
Every night. Shit, every hour counts. If any of you want to come watch my child tomorrow. My lady will not let you, but I will. I will leave. I was like, he's got it.
He's good. He's good. He's got kids of his own.
Actually, I don't know. They couldn't record a podcast for fucking 60 minutes. So maybe they shouldn't be left alone with our child.
Yeah, I'm about to be back. I'm about to have my 5th child.
God damn, why?
Good fucking question. I had 3 sons with my previous wife, and they're all grown, and then I decided to start over with my new wife because she wanted a baby, so, why the fuck not? And
pussy.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you want. That's crazy.
I wasn't real nervous about it until recently because it's about 4 weeks away, and I'm like, fuck, man, a lot's changed since I had my last kid. My youngest son is a freshman in high school, so it's been fucking 15 years since I've had a baby around.
At least you got babysitters, though.
I know,
You got
right?
fucking
That is true.
babysitters on deck.
That is true. That is true. I'm still freaking out a little bit, though.
I mean, you
probably
be.
should.
You definitely should.
For sure.
You definitely should. It's not. I feel like the worst thing is your new woman younger.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
So-
10 years younger, yep.
Okay, that's a mistake.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like the worst part now is like it should be easier, right? Because we have all this fucking technology and everything. Everything should be easier. Instead, it's harder because there's more information.
Yep.
Oh.
And
that
so
makes-
they
yeah.
think they know more shit, and you're like, no, you don't know more shit. You're just taking in more information that you're trying to make sense of and
Right.
making this more complicated than it has to be.
Yep.
We went to my girl's grandmother's house out here. We have like high chairs. We got different fucking situations and straps and all this shit. She fucking set them in one of her regular chairs and put her belt around the chair.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, we don't need half the shit we have now. It could be so simple. You know what I mean? Like, but it's everything. It just becomes, you think, and not you, because you'll be like, I mean, he'll be fine. Yeah. She'll be
Already
fine.
my wife's
But-
buying like all these fucking outfits for the hospital. I'm like, dude, we don't even know how big she's gonna be. Like, what the fuck? Like, calm down on this. She needs one pair of clothes. That's it. We gotta wash her.
Okay, maybe you do need her. She needs a lot more than one pair of clothes. When did you have a child? I know you said it was a long
15
time, but
years
damn.
ago.
Yeah.
That
that was
different back then.
And that was his third. 15 years ago was his third. Because
Yeah.
after your first one's always you're always on edge. Your second one, you're like, all right, whatever. I can't even imagine by the third one, you're like, fuck it, you'll figure it out.
My point exactly. It's the 5th one. She'll figure it out.
But it's not her fifth, so
That's true.
It's her second.
yeah, it's
So she'll be a little more relaxed. Not like you, though.
how long ago was the first one of hers?
she's 7. Her
7.
my
Oh,
son-
so
her
it's
7.
even been a while since then.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, the shit's changed since then.
yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, 7 years ago, you only had like 150 characters in a tweet.
That's right.
Now
Good
you can
point.
fucking make it like 300, add pictures and videos and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
That's a great point.
you could do polls. There's like the world has changed. You know what I mean, in 7 years, the world has changed so much. 2015. I don't know what the fuck was going on in 2015, but I guess I was in LA. I was in LA at that point. Had a pregnancy scare. Found out it wasn't mine. Found out. You know how there's crazy because you have those pregnancy scares where you are like, oh, you're not really pregnant. It was like pregnancy scare. Oh, you're really pregnant. Pregnancy scare. It's not mine. Wow. Okay. Dodge that bullet. That was crazy. Wasn't expecting that one. Yeah, but cool.
Wow.
Good times, guys.
So last time you were on here, you talked about being out doing comedy out in LA and how you'd hit up all the other clubs that's out there. So what were some of those clubs that you would regularly do out in LA? Because if I remember correctly, you were saying there are some clubs that you would do that most people wouldn't do.
I don't know if there was anything that I would do that most people wouldn't do.
Well,
I mean,
that just generally they didn't do.
It's crazy because the LA comedy scene is so interesting because it sucks. And so
Wow, I never heard it described that way.
it's fine. It's honesty. Greg was actually back there and actually agreed with me. He was like, we got hot, whatever, in Canada, then moved to LA. He was like, he didn't like it either. It's weird because, so you have like the Laugh Factory and the Comedy Store. Obviously, the Comedy Store is like the most historic, you know what I mean? You got Richard Pryor on the Sunset at the Comedy Store, right? Then you got Laugh Factory, which is like, I mean, it's one of the hottest. You got like the big Hollywood names are there. I mean, shit, every week. I played Laugh Factory last Sunday, no big deal. You know, whatever. But
Oh, did you?
yeah, I was in LA this past weekend. Yeah,
That's where the big names go.
yeah, it's fine. You know, TV's Gary Curtis is back here in Omaha.
And we're lucky to have you.
I'm glad you know it. All right. But so Comedy Store, it's hard to get on. It's hard to get in there because anybody who's a comic, I mean, that's where Jim Carrey came up, Robin Williams. I mean, literally, almost a ton of the big names. I mean, Arsenio Hall, Kinnison, exactly, all came through the Comedy Store. I mean, the walls there are literally riddled with the names of the comedic stars and legends of the past that you know. And so, of course, everybody wants to get in there. It's fucking hard to get in there, but you try. And I was making my way up that ladder to almost getting in as a regular there before the pandemic hit. Then the fucking pandemic hit.
Oh, damn.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And so kind of lost that. Laugh Factory is kind of harder. You kind of get in there one off depending on who you know. And so I did a show there every once in a while. Then there was the Comedy Union. Rest in peace. Comedy Union was like the one black club left standing, which apparently isn't anymore after the pandemic, which was fun, super fun, because we talked about how black crowds are the hottest crowds, and that was where it was in mid-city, and you would get more of a black crowd. They would have like the bigger black comics would always go through there, and just some of the best comedy, most fun crowds that you would have. But then, I also would, if you fucking put, I did a comedy show that with like a bunch of, I did a comedy show with literally Emmy-nominated actresses or Emmy-winning actresses, and like in an alley in Venice, like legit in an alley behind a fucking skateboard clothing shop.
Wow.
And LA, the scene is just so saturated with all-star, amazing comics. And then also people who just have TV credits who want to tell jokes. and so just stage time is so like everybody wants to get on the stage, tell some jokes, work out some jokes for bigger stages, get ready for whatever tour, whatever they have coming up, or also just vent, and so the LA comedy scene is just so fucking interesting. And then also 10,000 comics who literally just have mental health issues who think stand-up comedy is the answer.
That's our therapy, right?
Yeah, and so it's wild. And there are aspects, I miss the parts of it where it's like obviously that many comics who are great push you to be better. And it's the reason why I'm as seasoned or good or whatever the fuck I don't even know what the fuck I am. I don't know what I would call it, but it's why I am where I am. I have experience. That's a good way to call it.
Yeah.
Or a good thing to call it. Maybe we should stop soon because I'm forgetting how to talk. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin in like 5 minutes.
Well, then we definitely need to keep going, keep that camera on.
I'm out of water and Jameson, so I don't know what to do.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh.
I think you're forgetting how to talk too.
Everyone's drunk.
So when you were out there doing those clubs, did you run into? I mean, obviously, you said there's lots of those big names, but you said you went out with Eddie Griffin. So what were some of the bigger names that you would end up working with out there? I mean, was it more well known, or because there was so many people that it was locally famous people?
I feel like if you're a comedy fan, then it's, the best comics in the business.
Right.
But I will say, the fucking lineup that I've worked here with in Omaha that I've got to work with, I wouldn't get to work with in LA because there's a million other comics, or people that they're even just friends with or know that they've been doing it for forever and that they'll throw on a show. Whereas here, last summer I was with Preacher Lawson, Trevor Wallace, Andrew Schultz, Eddie Griffin, Fortune Feimster.
Yeah.
And these are some of the biggest names. Andrew Schultz right now is, I don't think there's anybody doing it. I feel like the only person doing it at like a fucking rock star level bigger than Schultz is Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Which is crazy. But Schultz is on a fucking jet doing tours, selling out Radio City Music Hall for multiple shows. Like, nobody is doing it on the level that Schultz is, literally, other than Kevin Hart. It's crazy. And I'll say he's a fucking great dude. Hugo. He was like, at the end of our like working together, I think we maybe did 4 or 5 shows together. When we were done, he was like, and the manager from the venue was in there, and he was like, hey, he was like, are they paying you? He asked me this in front of her, and he was like, I was like, oh yeah, they're paying. He was like, how much are they paying you? I told him how much they were paying you. He was like, that's it? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, I got you. Send me your Venmo. Sent him my Venmo, and he sent me 5 times what that club paid me for the weekend.
Oh shit!
Wow.
That's a fucking good ass dude right there.
Didn't tell me how much he was sending me. Didn't make a big deal out of it or anything. Didn't say anything to me about it. I sent him my Venmo later on that night. I was literally walking down the street about to get a burrito, and then I got the Venmo. Cha-ching! I looked. I said, "Bitch, we going to get lobster." I want lobster right now. Lobster's on me. And yeah, it was. I was like, yo, he's A1, and it's I don't know if any of you guys follow him. He posted this super dope. He was super sentimental about selling out Radio City Music Hall and doing shows there, and he posted this like dope video. This guy Vala, who travels with him and does all his video and stuff, made this dope video of him getting ready to do the Radio City shows and played it for him like on the big screen at Radio City while he was like watching it in the stands. And
that's
got emotional.
awesome.
And it's such a dope video. You guys should go watch it. And I was like, yo, this is so inspiring. I hit him up, and he responded to me within like a minute. Damn. And I was just like, this dude is A1, like through and through. He's like a real dude who, like, couldn't be more at the top of his game, but like,
still takes
just
the time
also
to,
respects the art, respects the people that he works with, and is like, he's just A1. I couldn't have a fucking bad thing to say about him, And so it's just, and obviously that's not the norm.
Right.
No,
it's not the norm at all.
We know for sure.
I've worked with a lot of comics.
Yeah.
And he is the only one that's done anything like that in terms of like, well, I'll say, my man Preacher Lawson, shout out to Preacher Lawson, another America's Got Talent guy, sent me some extra. He sent me some extra money. But we're like also friends, so I feel like he probably thought I was like looking at him like, Preacher, I know you making money. Preacher don't be holding out on me that.
You can spare a couple extra.
Yeah, but Preacher threw me some extra money. And people have been nice and stuff, but like just to the extent he is, I feel like I haven't met anybody else like him, and it's just so dope to admire somebody. People be like, yeah, don't meet your heroes because,
Right.
Where it's like, yo, he's I'm glad I fucking met him because he's, I mean, like, even better than I thought he would have been. And so, like, even here, he was like, we talked about, like, Nebraska Furniture Mart when he was here. He's like, dude, hit me up. I want to go to fucking Nebraska Furniture Mart. He's like, this place sounds fucking crazy.
My parents used to take me there for a punishment when I was little when we first moved here because as little kids, we fucking hated that shit so much walking around there.
That's hilarious.
We get in trouble.
Only
when they
gotten
take us
bigger.
there. Yeah, it's, well, and back in the day, you had Mrs. B rolling around. She'd roll over your toes with her wheelchair and shit.
Oh, the real Mrs. B?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
She was a mean
crazy.
old lady, dude.
Yes, she was.
Rolling around the department store, fucking
gotta-
yelling at
She
people.
hated kids.
Oh, she hated kids.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's why my parents were like, let's go to the furniture mart. Mrs. B will beat them. We don't have to.
Hilarious.
Her son comes out here every now and then, Ron Blumkin, and
Damn, Mrs. B's last name was Blumpkin?
Hell yeah, dude.
I see why she went by Mrs. B.
yeah. You can't put that on the side of a fucking building.
Mrs. Blumpkin's Furniture.
But he's such a nice dude, and he's kind of a small, kind of quiet guy, and he'd love to come out for the Untamed Shrews, the fucking filthiest ladies up there, and he would sit right up against the stage. And like the first time he came out, they found out who he was and everything, and then it just fucking clicked. And we're like, you would not expect to see the guy in charge of fucking Nebraska Furniture Mart sit in front row listening to women talk about how dirty their pussies are and guys need to wash their balls and shit like that.
Yo, if I'm ever here and he's here, please let me know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We about to buy this house. I need all the furniture I can get.
Especially this weekend with it being Berkshire Hathaway weekend.
Yeah, I heard about that shit. I know nothing about it. Not included at all.
Me either.
In LA, I feel like just from what I know from like seeing on social media, I feel like, and maybe this isn't true, that you don't get like 20-minute sets. It's shorter because the lineups are just so many good comics.
The lineups
so
are stacked.
you don't get a lot of time to work with while you're out there doing
No,
sets.
I forget that. And like, so I go back, I got so used to being here and doing like, I mean, it's rare that I do less than 25 minutes here. It's rare. I'm used to doing 25 to 30 at least. And so I went back this past weekend, and it's funny, like I did the show Chocolate Sundays, and I don't know if you know
I've heard
about
of it.
So Chocolate Sundays. There used to be a documentary on Netflix about it. I'm not sure where it is now or where it's at, but Chocolate Sundays is like one of the hottest shows. It's like the Black Night at the Laugh Factory, of course.
Gotcha.
They got chocolate.
They call it Chocolate Sundays.
Of course. They got Chocolate Sundays. They got Motown Mondays, Crack 'em Up Thursdays, and Nigga Fridays. I don't know. But they these clubs have their Black Nights. And Chocolate Sundays, though, is like the hot. There is no hotter crowd than a crowd for a Chocolate Sundays night. They do 2 shows every Sunday night, and it's sold out every Sunday night, packed to the gills, Laugh Factory. And on holiday nights, they'll do 3 shows. They'll do an 11 o'clock show and still have that bitch packed.
Oh,
Damn.
shit.
Like, there is no brand of a comedy show like Chocolate Sundays.
So
it's
is
just
it
a fun ass show. But like, it's crazy because I went back and did it this weekend because it was my graduation spot. So they have like bigger name comics on there usually, or more, even more experienced comics than me, and their like regular lineup. But what they do is, like, for comics starting out, they'll do a first impression spot. But like, to get your first impression date, there's so many people who want to do the show. You have to wait a year to 2 years to even do your first impression spot. So you wait your year to 2 years to do your first impression spot. The insane part is the first impression spot, your first one is only 3 minutes.
Oh shit!
People wait 1 to 2 years and then fucking bomb for 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Can you imagine that?
Wow.
And so then, like, I did my first impression spot, whatever, it went well. So then after your first impression spot, you have to do a graduation spot. And this was my graduation spot, which, of course, it was delayed because of the pandemic. And then, it was crazy. Again, of course, this is just how shit works. Was then scheduled for the same air date as my SWAT date. My SWAT air date. And I was like, all right, look, I can't come back to LA for this. My girl will kill me if I leave the first time she watches me do some crazy shit on TV. And so then I did it. I just moved it a couple weeks later and just went and did it this past weekend. So the graduation spot was only 5 minutes, right? And then they're like, after the graduation spot, you pass the graduation spot, you can be on the regular lineup of the show. The regular lineup of the show on Chocolate Sundays is still only 10 minutes.
Go through all this stuff
just
all the
all
time
that.
just to get 10 minutes.
All that to get 10 minutes. And then I was talking about the Comedy Store. I mean, the historic spot with the best lineups, the fucking top lineups that you'll see in the country. But there's just so many great comics that they line up. They do 15-minute spots.
Jeez.
Nobody, the top comics you're seeing in the country, the best touring comics that you get to come here and do an hour, only do 15 minutes at a time at the Comedy Store. It's fucking crazy. So yeah, it's not until you get into like smaller independent shows or you travel outside of LA that you really see, unless somebody's like literally taping a special or getting ready like the next week to tape a special, you don't see anybody really headline and do like 45 to 60 minutes like you do here.
Huh.
Which is crazy. And you think
super
it's like,
crazy.
Yeah.
it's weird, but it's like, well, if I can get fucking 6 of the top comics, I get a bigger chance of selling the place out versus,
Right.
you know, getting whatever, a few hundred people who all want to see Chris D'Elia again.
Yeah.
At the Comedy Store, have you seen Don Barris?
I have seen Don Barris.
Yeah, the Ding Dong Show.
The Ding Dong Show. Yes. I haven't done it. I know I have plenty of friends who stuck around and done it.
Oh, cool.
I mean, the comedy store isn't crazy. I mean, I've done Crack 'em Up Thursdays which is funny. So for those of you who don't know the Comedy Store, they have 3 rooms, right? They have the original room, which, as you can imagine, is the original room. It's a good sized room though. Actually, it's probably about the size of the Funny Bone in here. Then they have the main room, which is probably like 3 to 4 times the size of this room.
Oh, Jesus.
The main room is huge. Then they have the belly room, which think of this room cut in half.
Oh.
And so the belly room is upstairs and cut in like half the size of this Funny Bone room, right? And that's where the Crack 'em Up Thursdays show is, the black show. Shout out to Nichelle Murdoch. She's been putting on that show for so many years and has had so many headliners and different people, like black comics names that like literally I've seen Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Chris Tucker, Leslie Jones, Bill Burr. All of these people have just dropped into this random Crack 'em Up Thursday. It's not random. It's fucking Crack 'em Up Thursdays up in this small belly room in the Comedy Store. I mean, it's special.
That's
And
crazy. For 150 people, size room.
And no, can't even fit 150 people in there.
Oh, geez.
I would say you could fit, if you fit 100 people in there, it's like people are standing in the back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but because it's so small and intimate, actually, it's where fucking Dave Chappelle shot.
Yeah, I was gonna.
That's exactly where Dave Chappelle
Yeah.
shot his. I don't know. Was it the second and third special?
I think so.
If you go back and look at the specials, what was the fucking? I keep saying I want to say what was there? Which special had like the bird's name in it? Is there a bird? Why am I thinking equanimity? What the fuck is the name? What was the name of that?
Pigeon.
Anyway,
Close.
whatever. You could tell. It's one of the Netflix specials that you can tell is in a smaller, more intimate room. It's in the belly room at the Comedy Store, which is where they do that Crack 'em Up show. And it's like, it's one of my favorite shows, and it's what, like, it was how I got in the Comedy Store, really.
Gotcha.
That's how I got into performing at the Comedy Store. And, you know, a lot of those guys that we were talking about, Kinnison, Jim Carrey, all of these guys, Robin Williams, they all worked at the Comedy Store too, but as they were comics. And so that's how a lot of guys get in. And the comics are, for the most part, most of the staff are comics. And that's how, and they get their reps in, and so they also, you know, obviously watch the other comics and shit, and they vouch for the other comics. And so
Yeah, that's where Dice was a door guy.
yeah. Dice is there. I've seen him once, maybe there. Yeah, once.
He's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
You know, hickory dickory dock. This bitch was sucking my cock. The clock struck
Classic.
2. I dropped my goo and ooh.
That's a great impression. Sean.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
wish-
very much.
I wish I could do that shit. You know, it's crazy. I mean, like me and Greg were talking. I mean, Greg like can do all the sounds and shit, and it's crazy. It's like I really try to entertain these people with just my words. It's such a weird thing to just talk to people and expect them to be entertained.
Yeah.
Well, he was telling us that he wanted to make it more like a variety show because that when he was growing up, that was the stuff that he watched on TV, and that's what he wanted to do. That's why he saw it. So it's a bit of it's stand up, it's sketches, it's voices, it's characters, it's all these things, and that's what he's always wanted to do, and he gets to do that, and he loves doing it.
That makes so much sense, and it's amazing. And I always wanted to do a one-man show since I saw John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
I forget which one. It was one of the one-man shows he did for HBO, and I saw it when I was like fucking 10 or something like that, like super young. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to fucking make fun of my family for an hour on stage.
On TV.
And let everybody know how crazy and shitty they can be. But how amazing they are at the same time. It's like, and so I need to figure that out. I would say that's the next level for me. And when I do that, maybe I'll probably make it after that. Hopefully I'll make it before then so I don't have to do it. And then I have some free time to figure that out.
So those Chocolate Sunday shows and the Crack 'em Up Thursdays and all that stuff, was the crowd all black or was it white or was it mixed?
So it's funny. Chocolate Sundays is a little more mixed but more black for sure.
Okay.
Crack 'em Up Thursdays is a little more mixed but still black. But you get a lot of spillover, like main room and original room are sold out. Well, we'll go to the belly room. And then the Comedy Store also, just because it's it's a tourist site. And so you get people at the show. I've been at Crack 'em Up a bunch of times with people who don't speak English. And they're just like, oh, damn.
What the fuck are they laughing at then?
I was like, why are you laughing in French? What's going on? Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's laughing because everybody else is.
Yeah. I was like, okay, this is, but it's cool. But they are majority black crowds, but they're definitely mixed just because the establishments are Hollywood establishments that are the two biggest comedy clubs, I would say, in America.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've performed in New York, and I don't know. I just think because LA is Hollywood, I think they're just the two biggest stages, even if not by size the biggest, just in terms of I don't even know what the fucking word is right now because I'm forgetting how to talk, but in the way that they present themselves. And help me out. There's fucking four of us. One of us got to come up with a word. There's
like their bravado or like their fucking their
close enough. Yes. And whatever. Their significance, maybe.
Yeah.
You weren't feeling that one. Okay, no. So I don't know. Let's move on. Either give me some water or something to drink.
I got some water for you.
I didn't like the way you said it. I didn't like it.
I know, right?
It didn't sound like it was really water. That was good.
You just got to suck it off a Batman.
Hey, bring some more too.
So you said you've done New York. Did you do a lot of like the cellar out there, or where did you do in New York?
So no, I didn't do the cellar. Cellar is my next place that I really want to perform. I would say the cellar is maybe the only place that I really want to perform at that I haven't yet.
Gotcha.
And part of it is just because I haven't been back to New York since COVID. I feel like I have the connections now where I could get at least a spot to an audition spot or something like that. But just haven't been back to try. But I love the Grizzly Pear. I don't know if the Grizzly
never
Pear.
Never heard of that one.
The Grizzly Pear is this small club in I don't know. I think it's Manhattan. I don't know. But it was the most fun. The energy in New York is so. When I was talking about the LA crowds, and it sounds like a fucking Bud Light commercial.
I know, right?
But it's liquid death.
Mountain water.
Yeah, murder your thirst.
The energy in New York and everywhere else, LA is just so fucking spoiled because they get the best comics and they're just literally drowning and getting so much entertainment thrown at them all the time. Mm-hmm. They're spoiled and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't. You're on TV. Who cares? Everybody's on TV. My fucking roommate was on TV yesterday. They're like, Gary was on SWAT last week. Who cares? You're on fucking TV. Anybody can get on TV. Gary was on iCarly. Who cares? You know. But I'm sure that's what people think when they think about TV. Yeah, right?
iCarly and SWAT, the
Gary
number one
was on
go-tos.
iCarly. Yeah,
Number one to go,
everybody-
number two.
I don't even know that show.
You don't have children, you should not know that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Although, never mind, I'm not going to go there.
Wait, were you just going to have to edit something out?
Maybe.
Are you calling me a chomo?
Not anymore because they're they're old enough now.
You guys stop
okay.
talking to each other because it's getting scary.
Well, we were talking earlier before we started recording how you do all these shows and there's all these people with their inside jokes and you're not part of that crew, but they want
Yeah.
you to be
Yeah.
part of that crew. And
Yeah. I don't like people's inside jokes, especially when they cross race or child sexual lines. I don't want to be a part of anybody's inside jokes. I am always on the outside. If anybody's listening to this for my future court cases, I was never on the inside of the joke. I was always on the outside.
He was never involved. He didn't want to be involved, and he didn't get involved.
I've never known any of these people before this podcast.
Well, you're a part of the family now, man.
I don't even know what family he's talking about. Let it be known that I have no idea what family he's talking about. I have no idea where this camera's going after this.
So you've been going out. We've seen you doing some shows with Nick Allen lately, doing some of these small town shows and stuff like that. How is that? How the fuck is that compared to doing like all these things you just been talking about?
Listen, man. Doing those shows with Nick Allen. Shout out to Nick Allen.
Oh, we love Nick.
Todd and Tyler. Nick Allen. That's my man. That's my man. But sometimes I think he's not too concerned about my life or my well-being. We've done, it's crazy. I mean, the highs and the lows with Nick Allen.
I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, the highs are we've done some super dope, amazing shows, and then also the shittiest of shitty shows in the same weekend. And you're not going to believe this because why would it happen? But I tell you what, iCarly came out on Friday, right? iCarly came out on a Friday during the day. Great. Watched iCarly with my son. My 1.5-year-old son saw me on TV for the first time. He
That's
was like,
fucking awesome.
wow.
That's awesome.
Watch daddy on TV is literally what he was saying. Fucking amazing.
That's awesome.
Then I go and do this show with Nick Allen. Amazing fucking show. I wish, let me see. I'll tell you where it was. It was an amazing show. It's this bar that, like always, I'm a little worried when I walk in because I'm the only black person there. Rising City. It was in Rising City, Nebraska.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it sounds racist. And I walk in, I'm the only black guy in there. I'm like, fuck, how's this going to go? Amazing show. So packed, sold out bar. We had so much fun. I mean, like 100 plus people in there. Everybody had a great time. The next night, so that was Friday, iCarly, Rising City, amazing show. Saturday night, we're going to a bar called the G Spot in
Oh, yeah.
in Tarkio, Missouri.
What the fuck?
That doesn't sound friendly.
It's a Saturday night. You're like, it's got to be fun on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Not the G Spot in Tarkio, Missouri. There are maybe 12 people inside the bar who aren't working.
Oh.
10 of them have cigarettes in their mouth. There are 6 bartenders working. 6 of them have cigarettes in their mouth. I was like, oh, this is going to suck. Then, okay, we'll just skip to the shittiest part of it. The shittiest part of it, I'm doing my set, right? I'm doing 30 minutes. A little, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes into it, there's this smaller guy sitting in the chair. He keeps talking. It's a fucking tall chair. His feet are swinging. I'm like,
Like a kid in a fucking high chair.
yeah, that's exactly. I said, it's hard to take you serious, sir, when your feet are swinging like you're in a high chair. A woman in the back laughs, thinks it's funny. She walks out. I think nothing of it because it's Tarkio, Missouri. And so she comes back 10 minutes later, still during my set, with a fucking wooden high chair that she just got from her house. She walked home and got a high chair in the middle of my set, brought it back, and set it right in front of the man, right next to him, who was the boy who was sitting in the front of the show. Then one of the other
Looky
guys.
here, your joke's real now.
It gets fucking worse. One of the other guys across the small bar puts out his cigarette to come help this man get in the high chair. I'm standing there with a microphone supposed to tell jokes while this man is trying to jam the tray to a high chair over another man. And I legit, this is what I said. I said, you know what? I'm going to be on national television tomorrow. I said, I feel like right now, Denzel is supposed to come out and remind me that the devil will come for me at my highest point. And they all laughed. I was like, holy shit, y'all got the Oscars in Tarkio?
They knew about the slap.
So yeah, that was my experience in Target. And then SWAT aired the next day and everything was fine again. When I say it's been a roller coaster, there was no roller coaster like that weekend. When I say it was just the highest of highs and then the low. And then I was back up. I was back up. It was, but man, we never know what we're gonna get. But I mean, hey, man.
That story's on. She told the joke. She's like, I'm out of here.
Like, I got this.
I might take that video clip. I'm gonna post this one on my Instagram. I've never told that story on video before, and it's worth the story.
Yeah, definitely.
So crazy.
Great story.
Yeah.
Well, should we get going here?
Yeah, we've been going for an hour and 26.
Oh, shit. That's way too long.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Gary. We appreciate you sticking around again for us. And
Thanks for having me, man. If I can't get the video clip of me and the audio from this fucking thing of at least me telling that story, I will burn the funny bone down.
we'll get you the clip.
Oh, yeah,
that was also
sure.
not Gary Curtis who said that. For a future court case.
in case something happens tonight with the lightning and storms just going on outside.
I was just joking.
Andres said it.
It wasn't the black guy, it was the Mexican guy.
Yes.
No, still the only thing he said is about your tits. I'm not going to let that go. The only thing he said tonight has been about your boobs. And that's...
They're pecs, you son of a bitch.
I'm pretty sure you called them boobs. So I'm just quoting you.
True,
I didn't call them boobies. So.
Andres, do you need a ride back to Home Depot after this? Or?
Jesus.
See, no, I'm not a part of this.
I'm not a part of this.
I don't condone. Let's get the ACLU in here. I'm calling up AOC right now.
Do you have socials you want
Yeah,
people to
what
follow
can
you
we-
on?
Yeah. They've definitely turned off by now. If for some reason you're still here, at Gary Curtis Funny, super simple Gary Curtis Funny, on everything. Gary Curtis Funny, Facebook, Instagram, OnlyFans. Y'all are like, wait, is he serious?
I was waiting to find out if you were if it was actually pictures or if you.
No OnlyFans. I should.
I'm about to go out and see that D.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I mean, I just searched the fucking girl, the meet me outside or catch me outside girl just posted. She made
I saw that.
52 million off of OnlyFans last year.
I mean, have you heard her rap though, dude?
That can't be how she's making money
No.
on OnlyFans.
She's not just on there rapping.
$52 million.
Is she fucking 18 now?
Yeah, she is.
I don't know.
think so.
Fucking know.
That happened a while ago. She's just really
I guess
fucking
that is
cashing
true.
in on
That is
this.
true.
I don't know.
She's cashing herself out.
She's cashing. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. We're missing a joke, but it's
Yeah, you're right.
it's fine. We don't know how to talk. So.
It's late. That happens. Well, thanks, Gary. Again, we really appreciate you.
Thank you guys. This has been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials, doorguyspod, Instagram, Facebook. Hit us up, the email, doorguyspod@yahoo.com. And thanks for listening and checking it out. Like and subscribe, all that other bullshit.
Thanks for listening,
Thanks.
everybody.
Cheers.